After the reveal of the AOT game for Quest on Twitter, which we'll talk about in a minute, a lot of people imagined what a great Attack on Titan game could look like in VR, and turns out it could look like this. This is the game that we're going to be talking about today, the AOT VR fan game by Slavka. Except this isn't my gameplay footage, you'll see mine in a bit, it's a lot less impressive than what you're seeing right now. What you're seeing right now is actually the basis of why I made this video and how I discovered this game. From a Twitter user called kawaii_et, who you're seeing on screen now. They posted the gameplay snippet that you just saw, demonstrating the mechanics of the AOT fan VR game. This got me hooked in wanting to try it, and I asked where you could find it, and turns out it's from an itch.io page, which is a essentially game storefront for indie developers who are just kind of creating their projects. This one is in early access like many other itch.io games, and I'll leave a link to it in the description. So, after seeing this gameplay, I had to jump in and try it. And oh my god, this is everything I've ever wanted in an AOT VR game, but fuck me, is it really, really difficult. And for people who really just want like an easy AOT simulator, the new Quest game is going to be that. But put in about half an hour of learning the mechanics of this, and you'll be feeling like the Scout Regiment in no time. Now, as I've said, as an AOT fan, I have a lot of memorabilia. I've seen the show multiple times, more than I can count, and I've wanted to play an AOT VR experience for as long as I can remember. The closest thing I got to this was playing Bone Lab, where a mod had modelled Shiganshina with a static Colossal Titan in it, but now we have a fully modelled ODM gear mechanic in a VR game, with maps from AOT and Titans you can fight, just like the flat screen AOT game Wings of Freedom, which is just a ridiculous sentence that I never thought I'd be able to say. Oh! Oh my god! Did I get him? I think I got him. It wasn't a clean kill, but I did it. And after the really underwhelming impression I got from the Meta Quest AOT game that just got revealed, which has just broken my heart, but I do still want to try that, I was pulled towards Slavka's fan game. First of all, let's talk about what this game even is, because again, it's a fan project. What it consists of at the moment are 2 Sandbox type levels, where you can jump in, swing around with the ODM gear, spawn in allies if you want to, and other NPCs, spawn in Titans to fight, control the weather, and control essentially your physics and a couple of other things to accurately adjust the AOT experience, and especially the ODM gear experience of swinging around, exactly to how you want it. Okay. Oh my god, that's awesome. Holy shit. Okay, I fucked up there, but I got it then. For a second, I got it. For a second, I understood. So it's not a full campaign or anything like that, but one of the 2 levels it offers is an open world experience in the AOT universe. Now, this requires a little bit more of a heavy rig to run. My kind of medium tier PC struggled a little bit on higher settings or medium settings, so I had to lower it down a bit. But essentially, one of these levels is PC only, because this is available for PC and Quest, and puts you into the districts around Wall Maria. So you've got Trost, Shiganshina, and you've got a horse to traverse around the map, and you can fully explore the districts in incredible detail. They look so good here. Okay, never mind. I was playing on the Quest version of the map before, and you know, it's taking a bit of a performance hit trying to run all this with how good it looks. But holy shit, this is more like it. The other map, I believe, is a remake of either Shiganshina and Trost. I'm leaning towards Trost, I think. Rendered quite simply with not as many objects and deviation in the terrain. And this one runs much, much better because it's meant for Quest. So on my PC, I had no problems. And it's quite a good training ground to get your ODM gear swinging skills up to speed. Do a little flip. Okay, that worked. Slowly but surely. I'm understanding. Yes! Oh my god, that's so cool. But overall, I'm quite impressed with the options here between the open world and the closed district that you're able to explore in VR, considering this is a free fan game. But a good map doesn't make a good game, and this game needed to nail the ODM gear mechanics if it wanted to feel like Attack on Titan. That's one of the main things that worried me about the Quest game that's upcoming. It felt like it had training wheels on for the player in the trailer, and I'm assuming they're implemented here and the assists are implemented to make the experience less motion sick inducing for the player and to make the combat of Attack on Titan a lot more approachable than it is in the fan game here, because this is completely unfiltered, no assists, throwing you into a situation where you need to use the ODM gear like they would in real life and in the show. Your controls are all mapped to each button on your controllers, where you can take out your swords, jump, run, attach your grappling points, and use your gas to boost. And let me tell you, these controls are incredibly hard to master. It took me about an hour and a half to get into the swing of things and to feel like I was even slightly mastering these mechanics because, my god, getting used to the physics is really, really tough. But once you do, I had a couple of moments where it felt like I was in the show. I was accurately swinging around, latching onto towers and buildings and throwing myself around corners and flying around the districts like they do in the show. And that was just the peak of what Attack on Titan VR could be for me.
Oh fuck, I want to do the thing like Eren does in Season 3 where he goes over the wall and does this little flip. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Okay, wait. Oh, I finally did it! I did what Eren did. I did the little flip over. I didn't transform though, because, you know, I'm John and I can't.
I felt like I was in the show, and that's what's most important to me. It felt awesome. The other 90% of the time was me awkwardly smashing into walls because these controls, they have no training wheels, as I said. They're just raw how they would be in the show. Now, what you can do to ease things up for yourself are adjust the physics of how the grappling works. Like adjusting how fast the ODM gear grapple hits into buildings, so you can decrease the time, meaning that as soon as you fire your hook, it'll already be latched into the building, and you can time your swings perfectly. I felt that this really helped when learning the traversal mechanics. And you can also adjust how many titans are around the map so you don't get overwhelmed with trying to fight loads, which I made the mistake of doing a couple times.
Okay, I spawned a load of titans just on each other apparently. Oh shit, okay. Holy fuck. The scale of that though is crazy. Like I never thought I'd be able to see that in VR. It really gives you a sense of it, because I'm assuming this is actual size, you know, for Eren's Titan.
But yeah, these mechanics and controls for the ODM gear, at least for me, were very hard to learn. But once you start getting it just that little bit, you feel like you're Eren. You feel like you're in the show, and you feel part of the scout regiment. And that is just completely unbeaten for me in terms of any VR experience I've had that's been linked to an IP or franchise. It is just awesome. As I said, there are titans around the map you can spawn in through the menu, and their AI is a little wonky. Sometimes they'll go flying over buildings and stuff and try and pick you up from too far away and get a little bit stuck, but that AI will improve over time. At the moment, they're fun titan-sized objects to try and swing and hit, and they will grab you successfully most of the time and actually eat you alive, which is pretty rough to watch.
I'm dead. Oh. I've killed John. Okay.
You got the options for the armored and female titan as well, and being roundhouse kicked by the female titan is something that I never thought I'd experience in my life, but turns out we've made it.
Oh my god, okay. Ah. Oh my god, am I dead? I'm dead, I just got roundhouse. Owen's been roundhouse kicked and he's dead.
But to be honest, what's keeping me coming back to this experience is that ODM gear. Even though it felt finicky and weird at first and hard, after a little bit of adjustment to fit me as a player, I started to get it just that little bit, and that's what's keeping me back. It's that learning curve that I'm gradually getting over and getting closer and closer to that clip by Kawaii that I showed at the start of the video. Anyways, that's all I've really got to say in my rant about Attack on Titan, the VR fan game. Again, the links are down below. The game is free to download on itch.io, but I do encourage you to support the creator if you can, because they do have an option to donate to them and provide them with funding, as it is a pick your price scheme. So you could pay nothing if you don't want to, so just take a look down below. It's been a dream of mine to experience Attack on Titan in VR for a very long time, and this game finally enabled me to do that, and I could not be happier. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you to our patrons and YouTube members: Luke Bentley, Phil Irving, Hazit Mirza, Ace Gamer, Hippie Pickle, Gen007, A License to Chill, Sun WTF, Piosco, and Fat Controllers. Thank you all for watching once again, and I hope to see you all in the next one.